Welcome. I'm Tony Kingham, editor of Border Security Report magazine and a director of the World Border Security Congress. Today I'm talking to our old friend Bob van den Berghe of the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, Border Management Branch. And he's here to talk about reorganisation within the UNODC and the establishment of a new branch. But first, Bob, perhaps you can tell us a little bit about the UNODC and what they do.
Thank you very much, Tony, and greetings out of Vienna. My name is Bob van den Berghe. I'm the deputy head of the passenger and cargo border team in the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime Border Management Branch. And this team came about in 2023 as a merger between two of the most successful global programs in the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, the Container Control Program, the so-called CCP, together with the Airport Communication Project, AirCop. For some context, the Container Control Program was established in 2004 as a joint initiative of the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime and the World Customs Organization in order to empower member states seeking to improve risk management, supply chain security, and trade facilitation in seaports, airports, and land border crossings to prevent the cross-border movement of illicit goods. On the other hand, our second flagship, AirCop, was launched also as a multi-agency project implemented by the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, but in partnership with Interpol and the World Customs Organization in 2010. So this program was designed to strengthen the capacities of international airports to target and intercept high-risk passengers, cargo and mail, and deter the trafficking in persons and smuggling of migrants. It's also a program that aimed to facilitate, or that still is aiming, of course, to facilitate communication and coordination between origin, transit, and destination countries, again, to disrupt cross-border illicit flows and criminal networks. Coming back maybe to your question regarding the restructuring, this restructuring was in fact a natural progression of the increasingly close work and collaboration undertaken already by both programs in delivering joint activities under the border management branch. The reason why we have recalled it also passenger and cargo border team, or let's say the objective was in fact to maximize the effectiveness and the efficiency of both original programs by expanding their mandate, pooling resources, intelligence and professional networks, and it now offers an even more comprehensive overview and support network for air, sea, land border, and their cargo and passenger controls in more areas of the globe. I'm quite proud, in fact, to be able to say that we already have developed a network of over 160 port control units, air cargo control units, and joint airport interdiction task force. And again, the program is implemented in 86 countries, excuse me, and in 10 regions around the globe, which is quite impressive, if I may say so myself.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. Where is the new branch headquartered?
Well, the headquarters of the Container Control Program and the AirCop program, it's now in Istanbul. It's in Turkey. So we've got Mr. Ketil Otterson, who is heading this program. He's based in Istanbul in Turkey. And we've got two deputies of this program. First of all, Mr. Javier Montana, who is based in Panama, in Central America. And myself, I'm the second deputy, being based in Vienna, the headquarters of the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. And maybe to add on what I already said, I mean, for us, it's very important that we can deliver standard practical and theoretical training to customs, law enforcement officers, populating interagency units developed at key border points. Again, we deliver advanced training programs in specialized thematic areas, according, of course, to the country's needs or to the country's context. And just to name a few of these areas, I mean, we tackle crimes that affect the environment, namely crimes in fisheries sector, wildlife trafficking, but also looking at plastic and hazardous waste trafficking, illicit timber trafficking, and to show you that we are really targeting at all kind of illicit goods that might be transported in an illicit way. We're also looking at strategic trade and export control, but cultural property, drugs and precursors, falsified medical products, trafficking in minerals, you name it. We're looking really at everything that can be transported in an illicit way.
Okay, fantastic. And how are you sharing information across the various branches and your members?
Well, let me first of all say, of course, these port control units, they are not owned nor by UNODC, nor by Interpol, nor by the World Customs Organization. What we do, in fact, it's we train people, we try to guide them with the expertise that we've got in-house. But in the end, I mean, all the results and the efforts are, let's say, unit owned, country owned, and everybody's still working for its own country. It's working for its own member states, its own legislation. But the 160 units that I just mentioned to you, they are all connected with each other through what we called an encrypted communication tool, which is called ContainerCom and Air CargoCom. And we've seen, in fact, really an increase of reporting of seizures through these two systems as well. Those two systems who are multifunctional. It's a secure communication system developed by the World Customs Organization Secretariat to facilitate, let's say, the encrypted exchange of sensitive information, particularly also the movement of suspected high-risk cargo and passengers between units and other authorized users in participating countries. But when the program started, you know, Tony, the focus was really on, let's say, on everything which was drug related. But we see several threats, and to name you one threat which really has got also a focus from our programs, it's the threat of abandoned containers, for example. Again, the threat of abandoned containers, it's a key focus for our program, the PCBT. And for example, in November 2022, and as a, let's say, also a result of coordinated work between Bolivia and Chile, 690 tons of chemical substances intended for cocaine production were seized in 41 abandoned containers. And again, although building the capacity of customs and law enforcement officers to identify, to inspect and destroy, and or even repatriate some of these abandoned containers, it's only one facet of the work, of course, but it really impacts, or it highlights rather, the impact of what we do.
Fantastic. Okay, Bob, thank you very much for sharing. Sounds like an exciting new initiative. Okay, I'm pleased to say that the UNODC will be joining us for the next World Border Security Congress in Istanbul. Hopefully you'll be there in person, Bob. The details of the World Border Security Congress will be on your screen. Thank you, Bob, for your time and for sharing.
Thank you very much, Tony, and hope to see you soon. Bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye.